Hello, and a very big welcome to Technology Now, a weekly show from Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, where we take what's happening in the world around us and explore how it's changing the way organizations are using technology. We're your illustrious hosts, Michael Bird
and Aubrey Lovell. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about HPE's annual Edge to Cloud conference, HPE Discover, which I think you'll agree, Michael, is basically like our Super Bowl of a tech event.
Yeah, basically. And it attracts thousands of customers and partners, doesn't it?
It really does. It's going to be a good time.
And we're not just contractually obliged to say that. HPE's Discover runs from the 20th to the 22nd of June 2023 in the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. And the conference brings together business leaders, technologists, and experts for a 3-day knowledge-sharing extravaganza. Now, a lot of businesses will be there to brush up on the latest technological trends that will affect their organizations and businesses, while others will be coming to see innovation in action through new product demos.
There's certainly a lot going on, and with big events like this, it's sometimes difficult to know where to start. But don't worry, because this episode is your pocket guide. We'll be giving you a rundown on our 7 highlights of Discover 2023 and explain why they matter to you and your organizations. We'll also give you a guide on how to tune in and access all the great HPE Discover content that we'll be talking about.
Yeah, and plenty of these talks will be live streamed, so we'll put some links in the description to help you find them so you can catch up, even if you can't be there in person. So if you're the kind of person who needs to know why what's going on in the world matters to your organization, then this podcast is for you. And if you're enjoying it, do make sure you subscribe on your podcast app of choice so you don't miss out. All right, Aubrey, you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Item number 1. What is our first Discover highlight?
Okay, drum roll, please. Beautiful. So our first highlight is edge computing.
Yeah.
HPE Discover is the Edge to Cloud conference, so it makes sense that there will be a big emphasis on organizations looking at ways to act on their data wherever it lives and how they can open those opportunities. When data flows, business flows, and with the widespread rollout of 5G, IoT and edge computing help unlock insights to deliver faster, more intelligent, and efficient experiences. And that's one of the reasons the edge computing market is expected to grow by 44% year on year from $6.8 billion in 2022 to over $50 billion by 2028. If you want to learn more about Edge and find out how it's transforming organizations in the real world, we recommend grabbing a seat at the panel discussion called Digital Ambition is Only Met by Reimagining Your Operating Model panel. Snappy, right? It's on Wednesday, the 21st at 1:30 p.m. and features voices from esports team and friends of this podcast, Evil Geniuses, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, and HPE themselves.
And it's worth mentioning, when we mention times in this show, that is Pacific time, because that's the time zone of HPE Discover. And if you can't be there, we have done a few podcast episodes on edge computing and 5G, and we'll put some links to those shows in the description.
So what's up next, Michael?
All right, coming in at number 2, we have hybrid cloud transformation. And according to tech consulting group Gartner, by 2025, 80% of businesses will try to move their computing to the cloud. However, as we've explored in a previous 2-parter on one of our other podcasts, Technology Untangled, which we'll link in the description, of course, that can pose a number of challenges. Going purely for a cloud-based digital transformation can come with unexpected costs. Not all data can be easily moved over, and sometimes things just work a bit better on premise. That said, Gartner predicts the market for hybrid cloud solutions, an intelligent blend of on-premise and cloud computing, will triple by 2026. This is going to be a hot topic at HPE Discover because hybrid cloud offers so many opportunities for embracing AI integration, high-performance computing on demand, improved customer journey data, and a more integrated workforce. And working out what going hybrid can offer your organization and how to implement it might seem like a daunting task, but fortunately we've got workshops and panels aplenty to help inspire you. Now, one which looks like it would tick a lot of boxes is From Zero to Hero, build a private cloud that fuels your enterprise with an integrated marketplace and partner ecosystem. which is going to be on Thursday, the 22nd of June at 9 a.m., again, Pacific time. The session is designed to help you make the transition from siloed data to a hybrid model and even includes some live product demos.
Ooh.
All right, Aubrey, hit me with our third highlight, please.
All right. Up next, we have cybersecurity. So a big question that arises today is how do you secure your data and protect your business against online threats? And we know as data becomes more fragmented, it's clear that keeping important data safe can be a complex and pressing concern. In fact, Cybercrime magazine projects that by 2025, businesses will lose approximately $10.5 trillion per year due to cybercrime. So that's an incomprehensible amount of money, right?
Yeah, that really is. Wow.
Crazy. Fortunately, there's a whole load of talks and roundtables around digital security at HPE Discover, from future-proofing your business against regulatory changes to simply protecting your network connections. And as with so many of the topics we're covering today, we've done an episode of Technology Untangled on cybersecurity with a particular focus on ransomware. So you'll find that in the description in case you can't make HPE Discover in person. So that leads us to the next topic on our list. What is it, Michael?
Right, so number 4, we have everyone's favorite topic, data management. Okay. I promise this one is worth it because according to the Enterprise Strategy Group, 74% of businesses acknowledge their data management capabilities cannot keep pace with business requirements. Businesses are generating ever increasing volumes of data. I know you love some stats. Let me chuck some at you. We humans turned out 97 zettabytes last year, and it's due to be 120 zettabytes this year, hitting 180 zettabytes by 2025.
Wow.
That is a ridiculous number. And it is a scary number for those of us who care about where all this stuff goes. Not just sort of how to store it, but also its environmental impact and how to keep it all sort of neatly sorted.
Can we just talk about the fact that zettabyte sounds like a fancy Italian, like not fancy, but like some sort of Italian appetizer that you could put in the microwave. But anyways, I digress.
Have you tried those zettabytes?
Yeah.
Aubrey? They are
I saw them at the store, the grocery store the other day.
I had to pick some up.
Anyways, segue. I guess it's one of those fundamental things, right, that's kind of easy to forget about. So every business, every government, every body, right, accumulates data. So the longer you leave your data management strategy unattended, the bigger the problem you're storing up to be dealt with down the road.
Absolutely. The so-called data debt. And this topic brings together a lot of the challenges that we've already talked about, like things like how to optimize data across your cloud and on-prem infrastructure, how to protect it, and how to optimize its access. And if you want to get some guidance on managing data, look no further than the Solve the Data Lifecycle Nightmare panel, brilliant name, featuring HPE's Executive Vice President and General Manager of HPE Storage, Tom Black. That's on at the HP Green Lake Innovation Theatre on Tuesday, June the 20th at 2 p.m.
All right. And before we wrap up this section, Michael, we do have to give a little bit of shout out to the glittering city of Las Vegas, Nevada. Have you ever been?
I have, actually. I have.
Excellent. So this oasis in the desert is home to over 650,000 people, and it's often called the entertainment capital of the world. And the city isn't just about slot machines or music. Nowadays, it's a huge hub for innovation, and seeing an autonomous car in testing wouldn't be a strange sight on the roads.
That's right. The city has also been extremely proactive in welcoming vehicle manufacturers to its streets to test out new technology. It's a mix of highways and urban streets, make it a great place to test safely. So, Aubrey, will you be hitting the blackjack table?
So I'm not a gambler, but I am looking forward to chatting with our customers on the show floor and also finding my way to some amazing restaurants. You know, Vegas is not just for the gamblers, it's also for the foodies, as you can tell by my Zettabytes discussion. So,
speaking of which, did you know HP once built an AI that could beat professional poker players?
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, and it actually learned to outbluff them, and I think it actually won back its own development costs, which is pretty incredible.
Wow. Yeah, I could see where they could technically outlaw that. I think that would definitely give them an advantage, and casinos would be pretty angry.
We'll be back with our final 3 Discover picks in a short moment. But first, it's down to you, our audience, as we open the floor for you to give us your recommendations on books which have changed the way that you look at the world, life, and business in the last 12 months. Now, they could be technology-based, they could have changed the way that you work, or they could have just made you look at the world in a slightly different way.
If you want to share your recommendations, there's a link in the podcast description. Just record a voice note on your phone and pop it in.
My name is Grant. I'm from the United States. I just read this book called Let's Go, One Phrase That Could Change Your Life, written by Jay Morales. This book is really about how we can unstick ourselves in our personal and our professional life. Saying the phrase, let's go, can get us out of our mind and into action. If you're anything like me, I can have what they call analysis paralysis. I think I have to have everything just right, the stars need to align, but this book can really jar you out of it. Sometimes you just have to say, let's go, and just jump into it. This book has really helped me get out of my head, leading me to great results at work and in my personal life. So I highly, highly recommend this book.
Fantastic. All right then, Aubrey. It is time for our final 3 HPE Discover 2023 highlights. What do you have in number 5?
Okay, so behind door number 5 is high performance computing. It's a very creaky door. High performance computing, or HPC. So the technology and capabilities of supercomputing are accelerating at a dizzying pace. In fact, the first exascale computers have just been launched in the last year, and that's 10 to the power 18 operations every second.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. For a very simplified reference, that's around 1 million times faster than a mid-range laptop and opens up huge possibilities in AI modeling and training, simulations, and high-resolution data scanning and analytics.
And don't tell anyone. But we have got an upcoming episode of our sister podcast, Technology Untangled, coming very soon, talking about that very particular topic, which is pretty exciting too.
It certainly is. And for the last couple of years, we have seen HPC become much more accessible due to dropping costs, cloud integration, and subscription services. In fact, supercomputing as a market is due to grow by 10 to 20% annually between now and 2027, which is pretty astonishing considering until recently, it was a very niche field. If you want to know more about what HPC might be able to offer your business now and in the future, head to Accelerate AI Breakthroughs with HPE GreenLake for HPC on the show floor. And if you want to see what HPC can really do, there's a talk called What Comes After Exascale featuring HPE Fellow, Vice President, and Director of Hewlett-Packard Labs, Andrew Wheeler. Join him on Wednesday, June 21st at 8:30 a.m. So what's behind door number 6?
Well, behind door number 6, we have sustainability. Yes, it would be remiss of us not to talk about it. With all this emphasis on more power, more data, and more computing, it's going to be a real challenge to keep energy consumption down. Research suggests that organizations that link digital and sustainable transformation are a staggering 2.5 times more likely to be among the strongest performing businesses in the medium term. That does make sense though, right? Because being more sustainable keeps costs down and gets businesses thinking in a more innovative way.
Completely. ESG is such a huge issue in the tech sector at the moment as well. Being seen to do the right thing for the environment is a massive draw for potential staff, as well as potentially good for the bottom line and for the environment.
Yeah, exactly. And research suggests that in the US alone, organizations have spent over $1.3 billion on ESG research and compliance in 2022. Now, it could be as simple as going paperless or as complex as using AI to identify energy usage patterns or supply chain inefficiencies. Ultimately, though, this is an issue that is top of mind for many, and it will be fascinating to hear what speakers at HPE Discover 2023 have to say about it. And if you want to learn more about sustainable transformation, then may we suggest the panel discussion, Sustainability, Your Game Changer and Change Maker, which is on Wednesday the 21st at 8:30 a.m. at the GreenLake Innovation Theatre, and features Hewlett-Packard Enterprise Chief Sustainability Officer, Monica Batchelder. All right. How about lucky number 7, Aubrey? What's it going to be?
Well, it's probably not going to surprise you to hear that swarm learning and AI is our topic highlight at HPE Discover this year. AI has been doing some incredible work behind the scenes over the last 5 years. But recently in the last year was the year that AI really became mainstream, and generative AI in particular took off in the public consciousness. That has really forced us to ask difficult questions about its application. When is it the right time for AI, and how far should it go in replacing rather than augmenting human expertise? That's likely to bring with it regulatory changes and its own challenges.
Yeah, and in fact, very soon we're launching a new series of Technology Untangled with an episode on gender bias and AI, which will tackle those very topics. So do look out for that.
Of course. So it's no surprise a key focus of HPE Discover this year is how organizations can responsibly scale AI to help them expand and modernize. This brings us neatly to the highlight of the show, the keynote speech by HPE CEO and President Antonio Neri at 10 a.m. on June 20th. So a quick blurb for you from the HPE Discover website, which we'll link in the description. Michael, will you do the honors?
I'll give it a read. So our world is at an unprecedented inflection point. The promise of AI is becoming a reality, and it has the potential to advance the way people live and work on a scale unlike any technology in our lifetime.
Join Antonio Neri and influential industry leaders to learn how HPE can help you connect, protect, analyze, and act on all your data from edge to cloud, so you can leverage AI to create a competitive advantage for your business. And for those who are not attending in person, you can head to hpe.com/discover and watch Antonio's keynote, as well as access other content during the week.
Oh, right then, Aubrey, that has been a lot of ground to cover. And that, of course, concludes our HPE Discover 2023 highlight list.
Right, so we're getting towards the end of this week's show, which means, if you know, you know. Are you ready, Michael?
Oh, I'm ready.
It's time for
This
Weekend History.
Oh, we went up. That's a new one. Okay.
It's a look at something in the world of business and technology which has changed our lives.
So the clue for this week was 1983 and a pioneering journey. Did you get it? Well, on June the 13th, 1983, the NASA spacecraft Pioneer left the solar system after an equally pioneering voyage of discovery. This made it the first human-made object to pass outside the boundaries of our solar system. Pioneer made a lot of cool discoveries. It was the first outer planetary probe to take pictures of Jupiter. It also successfully navigated the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, which had concerned scientists who were dreaming of interplanetary human travel in the future. Pioneer finally sent its last picture in 2003, a staggering 31 years after its original launch. I wonder where it is now, Aubrey.
I don't know. It's probably in Vegas with money on red.
Yeah. So for the next episode, the clue is as simple as QWE. Do you know what it is?
Ooh, you know,
I think I do.
I think I
do.
actually know this one for once. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you do, keep it to yourself.
All right, that brings us to the end of Technology Now for this week. For those going to HPE Discover, we can't wait to see you there. Next week, we'll be taking a look at sustainable AI and the true cost of our tech with HPE Chief Technologist Matt Armstrong Barnes. Don't miss it.
And until then, thank you all so much for joining us. Technology Now is hosted by Aubrey Lovell and me, Michael Bird. And this episode was produced by Sam Dattapoulin and Zoe Anderson with production support from Harry Morton, Alicia Kempson, Alison Paisley, Alex Podmore and Ed Everston. Technology Now is a Lower Street production for Hewlett-Packard Enterprise. And we'll see you next week. Cheers!
See you in Vegas.